What is going on, guys? This is your boy Edward from Boxing Fanatico, and let's talk about this press conference. Press conference number 2, Conor McGregor versus Mayweather. Mayweather Mcgregor. This is the best press conference of all time. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, we're gonna move quick into this. First of all, have you ever in your life seen a press conference deliver as much as this press conference has delivered? And I'm a boxing fan. I'm a hardcore boxing fan. I watch all the fights. I'm really invested in the sport, and I've seen press conferences before. And I'm going to be very, very honest with you. All those press conferences that we see regarding boxing, they're very educational in terms of what you're going to learn from the boxers, what you're going to see from the boxer's perspective of what he's planning to do. It's pleasing to see the two fighters that you want to see fight, come together in the same location in something that's being recorded. Press conferences were always just part of the course, or just part of the what you needed to do, but no one has ever embellished in it. And I have to give so much credit to Conor McGregor, because this is because of Conor McGregor. Because Mayweather has been trash talking before. Mayweather has trash talked before, but never to this, this kind of level. Mayweather looks angry there. I mean, Mayweather looks uncomfortable. He looks angry. He doesn't look like he actually likes Conor McGregor, but I'm sure he does, because I mean, when he's in a normal interview after the fact, he's giddy because he sees the money. He sees that, hey, Edward's prediction, 5 million pay-per-view buys. You think I'm crazy now? You saw how packed Toronto was. Do you think that I'm crazy that I'm saying that this fight will break 5 million pay-per-view buys? Do you really think I'm crazy? I mean, just look at the stats. They didn't really do much to sell Manny Pacquiao Mayweather. It was already past its time, but people were still interested. It's the curiosity that drives the money. It isn't the athletes, because if you look at Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev, that is probably ranking wise the most important fight we've had in decades, ranking wise. Because even when Mayweather fought Manny Pacquiao, Manny had already come off of a loss, a knockout loss, a questionable decision loss, whatever the case is. He already had lost fights. And he was facing Mayweather. He already had dropped in the rankings. He wasn't in the top, 5 pound for pound. So it wasn't ranking wise. It wasn't as important as Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev. But then you come to this, then you come to see something like Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, and it's just so entertaining. It's unbelievable how entertaining this is. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this is the best press conference ever. And this goes even with the British press conferences with forget this guy's name, the British fighter Chisora, that he'll flip tables and all that. Those are cool, entertaining, kind of brutal. Almost as if he doesn't have the ability to entertain with his words. He has to be very violent. He has to. What Paulie Malignaggi said when he interviewed Floyd Mayweather after that press conference was very, very perfect. He said, "You guys are being innovative right now. What you're doing is very innovative with selling boxing," and it's amazing, because It isn't even, they're selling it and they're entertaining in the press conference, and they're not even scuffling with each other. Like before, everyone went the easy route. Oh yeah, you want to fight me? No, I want to fight you. No, you want to fight me? No, oh, you're soft. You're soft. No, you're soft. Scuffle, scuffle, scuffle. Ooh, and it got old. It got old. It's like Mayweather, McGregor are so in tune with the audience. It's absolutely amazing. And this press conference, hands down, guys, I'm calling it best press conference of all time. I don't care. You put in the magnitude of what this fight will generate, the captivating imaginations of all the audience, of everyone that will be watching this fight, which is everyone. It just captivates everybody. It touches the imagination of everyone, the curiosity of everyone. You put that into perspective, then you put the dynamic that they're presenting when they do these press conferences. I mean, I'm gonna break this down. Conor McGregor came out first, worked the crowd, awesomely worked the crowd. Mayweather then came out second. I mean, the whole thing was super entertaining. You're watching this crazy entertaining spectacle, and it's a press conference. Press conferences are designed to just be factual and be boring, and maybe we get a scuffle. They're entertaining you with their words, with their banter, with their back and forth. Then we get some, execs. Steven Espinoza spoke and all that, and then Dana White introduces Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor, he knows how to do something that's never been, like, it's just in his head. He's a natural. He goes up to the podium. You're supposed to stay behind that podium. He doesn't care. He knows this is the biggest fight ever. He doesn't care. He smacks the microphone from the podium's thing. It was like on one of these swivel things right here. He smacks it off. Doesn't even look to see where it lands. It could have hit Mayweather. Could have, like, Mayweather's daughter or something. Like, he was just brutal with it. He just smacks it away, goes in front of the podium and paces back and forth, side to side, while talking to the crowd, hitting these zingers, boom, 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 getting at Steven Espinoza. Like, what? No one gets at the executive guy, like, ever. He gets at him, and I think he feels that there's a conspiracy with how his mic was being turned off in the last press conference, press conference number 1, where they were in LA. So he's over here getting at him, and then he goes at Mayweather, and he's just like, on 3, I want you to say F the Mayweathers. 1, 2, 3, F the Mayweathers. And the crowd is behind him all the way, and he's just killing it. And I mean, he's saying so many good lines, and I'm trying to remember some of them. Like, the adrenaline is still kicking from watching that. But he sold it, man. He sold it. And then he has a way of making you, like, squint your eye, like, can he hit Mayweather hard enough to knock him out and maybe win this fight? Like, you get that sensation because he has so much conviction in his speech. I mean, it's unbelievable. Then Mayweather came up, and I want that 100%. I've never seen Mayweather look like this. He looks like he's angry. He looks like he's mad. He looks like, even with De La Hoya, he looked like he was making fun of De La Hoya. But in this exchange with Conor McGregor, he doesn't look like he's making fun of Conor McGregor. He looks like he's pissed off at Conor McGregor. Is very different. It's a very different dynamic from what we've seen with Mayweather before. He always had this aura of being like like making the most money, which he is in this instance. He makes more money than Conor McGregor, but there's something about Conor where it's like, for the first time, I think Mayweather's looking across from himself, and he's like, there's a star just as big as me on the other side. He might not get paid as much as I do, but that's because of the structure of MMA and UFC and how that's set up. But he does millions, of pay-per-view, buys with, like, anyone. He can fight anyone and do millions, just like Mayweather can fight anyone and do millions as well. So when Mayweather had the stage, I mean, he was going at him, and one really amazing moment. And first of all, please, for like they have to, everyone who wants to sell a fight, please do follow what these people are doing. Let the person who is not talking hold the mic and have a mic to be able to rebuttal instantaneously. It was so entertaining to see kind of just Mayweather say, what did Mayweather say? It was just crazy. Mayweather says something about Conor McGregor, or for example, when he's like, "Oh, you're just a $3 million fighter," and then Conor McGregor right then and there, not anymore. Like, and it was funny because not anymore. Not after this fight. He ain't no $3 million fighter. So it's just amazing how they did the back and forth. And then when Mayweather grabbed the Irish flag, and first of all, who's that guy that gave Mayweather the Irish flag? Who are you? Everyone's looking at you like, what are you doing, bro? Like, why are you helping him out? Anyways, I think Mayweather tricked him too. I was reading Mayweather's lips and he was like, no, I'm going to give it to Conor. And then Mayweather put it on. So Mayweather had the Irish flag on, and then Conor grabs Mayweather's bag. And it's like, oh my God, this is super entertaining to the point where you're just like losing your mind from the entertainment. They got to go to New York. They have to go to New York, guys. They have to go to New York and do this. Are we ready for Conor versus Mayweather in New York? Like, you know what? This has elevated just even the fight. Like, the fight is the pinnacle, but I'm just like, when's the next episode? Oh, it's tomorrow. This is perfect. You don't gotta wait. It's not a weekly episode. It's literally every day for 4 days straight. Tomorrow is the next episode. We're gonna get episode 3. This is amazing, man. This is amazing. So I just want to go ahead and recap that. The crowd was phenomenal. I believe it was 15,000 people were in attendance in Toronto. Drake was there. I mean, little things like that. Having Drake there, those show you how big this fight is going to be. And Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao was not even close to selling it the way they're selling it now. And I think the fight is already garners more interest than what the Manny Pacquiao Mayweather fight garnered back in when Mayweather fought him. So we'll see what happens. We're gonna go on to day 3, and let's see if they can keep this thing going. But I honestly don't think that any press conference ever will top conference number 2. Conor McGregor versus Mayweather in Toronto. No press conference will ever top that. Maybe, but I mean, I'm talking about these two guys, and they're gonna keep meeting each other. So, but I just think that even if they do it again this way, they did it for the first time that way in Toronto. So it was super awesome, and I can't wait to see more, man. I can't wait to see more. Conor McGregor could think on his feet, man. That guy. His ability, he has the gift of God. His ability to just talk, boom, 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 and like hit you with these one-liners and just like, oh, you said that? Here's a rebuttal. You said that? Here's a rebuttal. Like, he was like, real men wear suits. Like, Mayweather was like, real men wear suits. I'm sorry. Mayweather said, we got money, me and you, Dana. We don't gotta wear no suits. And then he's like, but what about what about Leonard Ellerby? Like, he instantly purposely had to put a scenario to make Mayweather uncomfortable from what he just said, because now Mayweather's like, oh yeah, Leonard Ellerby got a suit on. Ugh. And then it's just like Conor's really creative with his joking. Mayweather, to me, did better in the first conference. I actually thought that Conor was nervous, but now in retrospect and the way he performed in this, he just took it in. He said, okay, this is the format. This is what I have to do. I have to talk. I have to do a speech. I can't just sit down or whatever. Okay, so all right, I'm gonna embrace it, and this is how I'm going to perform. Like, I think he used the first press conference because he didn't even Like, he didn't even practice press conferences for boxing. He didn't train. He just went to it, and then he was like, huh, what I gotta do next? What? Oh, I gotta talk? Oh, man, I wasn't even planning that. And then all of that threw him off because he wasn't used to it. Mayweather was used to it. But he needed to do it once. He just needed to do it once, and then voila, this guy's the greatest boxing press conference fighter of all time. Like, are you what? Okay, so for me, Mayweather won the first press conference. Conor McGregor devoured Mayweather in the second press conference. He was really on point. Boom, 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 boom. Good job, Conor McGregor. Can't wait to see more. And this is Edward from Boxing Fanatico, and I will see you guys next time, which is probably going to just be tomorrow, because I want to break down the next press conference. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, see you guys. And yo, this is big. And it makes me happy because I'm a boxing fan. And anyone who's a true boxing fan, and I'm talking about true, like inside your soul, truly a boxing fan, you will be actually loving what this is doing, because it's bringing so much attention to the sport that you love. And when you have this sport and you're like me, like I'm a boxing fan, right? So I'm constantly telling other people that are kind of fans, but not really, but kind of don't really know anyone, and they only really know Mayweather, man. I'm always trying to tell them, hey, you know, this guy is really good. Gennady Golovkin has like 23 knockouts straight. I kid you not. He has like 23 knockouts. Come on, you should watch this fight. He's gonna fight Danny Jacobs, and Danny Jacobs like had cancer. He couldn't walk. Now he walks again, and then he destroyed Kid Chocolate in like one round. Who's Kid Chocolate? You don't know Kid Chocolate? Oh man, it's this guy that he was just like, you're constantly trying to be like, come on, like watch this fight, is really good. But to just sit back, relax, and see that everyone's like, oh, Conor did this, Conor did that, Mayweather did this, Mayweather did that, and then people are like, oh, he's a Conor, and they're coming up to me like, hey, you did Conor McGregor and Mayweather, because it's that big. And I love when it gets that big. I love when it does that. So anyone who doesn't like that, you're not really a fan. I feel like you're just a Mayweather hater, and I know it sucks to hear that, but I think that that's what you are. And then to see that Mayweather did something smart again, it was smart, man. It was innovative, and it was intelligent. It was smart to fight somebody from the UFC. Like, who would have thunk? Unbelievable. All right, see you guys next time. This is Edward from Boxing Fanatico. I'm out. Peace.